I invite you all to this panel discussion today. We have amidst us galaxy of academicians excelled in all their activities for the past many years. They are our role models, and today we are very pleased and honored to have them with us. For this panel discussion, I will call upon 6 eminent personalities onto the stage. To start with, I have our beloved Secretary and Correspondent, Sir, Progressive Activities. I welcome you, sir. Cho. She is Professor and Head of the International Management Department at ICIMSMarch, presents academic experience, and all the way from Belgium she traveled home. Yes, research and planning at PhD Academy in Singapore. Launch broadly by clicking it. Please. Innovative management strategies, the contemporary global corporate and its future. I would request the dignitaries to present their thoughts for about 7 to 10 minutes on the theme, and later there can be a discussion, a panel discussion on it. Thanks.
Good afternoon to all of you. Dignitaries of the dais, Secretary and Correspondent, Sri Vijay Chaudhary, Dr. Nigin, Vice Chancellor of Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati, Dr. K. Ramakrishna Reddy, presently Vice Chancellor of Sri Krishnadevaraya University, and other invitees who have come from all the way from different parts of this country as well as from outside, and the faculty members of MITS and my dear student friends. I am very glad to be here today. Innovative management, to discuss about the innovative management concepts. I really congratulate MITS College and its head of the department, Pradeep, and faculty members for organizing a wonderful conference inviting people from all over the globe. I have seen several colleges, of course, who are all having this management program, but none of them have bothered to organize such a international program, management program. Everyone would like to have people from around the college and trying to organize something. only for the sake of organizing some sort of a seminar. But this is totally different. I've heard and I know that there are 4 to 5 people from outside the country and outside the state as well as within the state. And I'm also happy to note that so unlike other routine seminars which we normally do, normally there will be a panel and each and every by the renowned management professors rather, and of course they are here to contribute and they are here to discuss about what are the innovative techniques to be adopted in the case of management education. What is happening right now? What about its future? What is happening within the country as well as outside the country? Some global concepts, all those things are now to be discussed, and of course, you will all have the benefit of listening to the people here, and of course, I'm sure you will all go back with good memories, and of course, you will be able to update your knowledge, what is really happening in the field of management education. Also, I know as people go there for different kinds of MS in management and all that. Why people go outside the country? What is the secret behind? It is only because are known for its the quality. Why several premier institutions are known for its quality? Why people are really going towards and showing interest in getting some sort of admissions into those colleges or those institutions? It is only because of quality. Because they are always trying to provide some sort of innovative techniques. Management is not a routine program like any other PG program. It should be really different from other programs like MA Economics or Commerce or MA Telugu or English and all that, where the way of teaching, way of learning is entirely different. Whereas in the case of management, it is really totally different. The classroom participation of the students is most important. Here the teacher gives only a tip, and of course the student is supposed to pick up that kind of a tip and of course initiate discussion on each and every point. Supposed to come prepared for next day's program. That is how the things happen all over the globe, mostly in the case of the premier institutions. So again I will come back. I will also say other things once we start a panel discussion. Now, to initiate the discussion.
I would like to share my son's school in Belgium. How do I forward? On innovation strategy. The question is, when you export and try to finish was not explored. So our department wanted to know which is the effect of export activity on innovation management. And the objective is looking to the answers from the field. That's why we are using case studies, how they deal with the challenges. And we picked 3 sectors: public lighting, recording and broadcasting solutions, and wood heating. Their major export markets are in Europe, mostly France, Germany, Netherlands, Italy, but also North America, US and Canada. What are the findings? Definitely the export activities impact like that, and you want to innovate them. So the research manager, he will ask the advice and the thoughts of the export manager. That's why the export manager's impact on the process of innovation. If the export manager said, no, I don't want this in black, but it's more attractive to be in green, the research manager, he will accept another color. That's a kind of decision making that would be affected by the export activity. Second finding, the SMEs have two innovation strategies. The first one strategy is technology push. That means that the company, they innovate according to the technology constraints. For example, environmental friendly, for example, energy effective, for example, cost effective. That is the technology push strategy, and the management of innovation is affected by this. The company decides by itself how and when they will innovate. A second strategy in innovation is demand pull. That means that when the company wants to innovate, what do? They go to the market and they ask the consumers, what do you want? What do you expect as innovation? So we will produce it for you. Now, for example, if Indian companies want to go to Europe, you will have partners in Europe and ask the consumer in Europe what they want. So you take the desires of the market and innovate. That is a demand pull innovation project. And then you innovate. But it's not sustainable innovation. That's why to be competitive on foreign markets, keyword, first one, quality in product, but quality in services. And second word, keyword, that is sustainable innovation. Innovation in the products and service, but also innovation in the strategic management. Thank you very much.
Place on product innovation or business innovation. I think there is a lack of discussion and emphasis on social innovation. So I would like to spend this couple of minutes just to talk a little bit about social innovation. Social problems, whether in the areas of education, health, agriculture, can or could be resolved with the help of businesses. Why should businesses be involved in dealing with social problems? Milton Friedman has well known in telling us that the business of business is business to make profits. Well, so you just need a plan to try to market the product, distribute the product to people who are perhaps living in the interior. So it is, in this regard, it is less demanding. There's no need for you to think of a product, new product or a process. Social innovative plan also requires a lot of people, involve a lot of people, because you need to have a decentralized marketing as well as distribution. So there is a demand in this case for a large pool of labor to get the job done. And this plan therefore has a strong social implications in providing jobs and opportunities for people to work. Just like the Grameen Bank in Bangladesh. Loans are given to breadwinners, entrepreneurs, but they are not given without any checks. They have people dispersed to the villages to talk to the women who are given the loans to see whether the plans are feasible or not. to see that whether the loans that they have obtained were effectively utilized to make profit and ethics. And you can be the writers of the case studies. Thank you.
I would like to thank Dr. Sam to say that, and I would like to add that sustainable innovation includes social innovation. Because to be sustainable, you have to think of people. You have to care about people. For example, we have banks, European banks. They innovate in the way to serve customers, blind customers. What did they do? They have produced a new machine, and they care about the social disabled people.
Yeah. Usually, of course, we discuss about marketing techniques as well as product management, product innovation, product life cycle. With regard to the marketing, we discussed several things, but the Professor Sam touched upon the social innovation, of course, and we discussed about what demand is there and all that. You know, they always be doing some sort of innovation and research into that. But that's why that country is really flourishing. We, the country like India, do require such kind of techniques where we can have some sort of innovation to the agriculture sector so as to improve our productivity mainly. The productivity mainly, in order to improve the productivity, we need to have some sort of innovation. Thank you. We really did about several important issues. And of course, we can also discuss about education as well as health, and of course, later we discuss about it. Now, I request Ramakrishna Reddy, he is basically an economist, turned into a professor of management, and I request him to share his views on innovative management strategies.
Dr. Chaudhary, Dr. Cho, Dr. Sam, Professor P. Murali Garu, Dr. L. Venugopalli Garu, and other invitees from various places, and my dear young student friends. I am really very much honored to be with you in this evening and share my jumbling thoughts about innovative management strategies. It depends upon so many factors, which includes education. And in a knowledgeable society, the growth of any country depends upon innovations. Some 50 to 60 years back, a famous economist by name called Schumpeter has emphasized the need of innovations for fast economic growth of any country. As our friend was mentioning that I'm an economist, I cannot take a small example of one bank or one factory or one product as a case study and put forward my logic of presentation regarding innovative management strategies. As you all know that any innovation is based upon so many factors. Basically, it is definitely need-based. If you take the strategies which became very popular because of 2 world wars, even today some of the strategies which they have adopted in 2 world wars are very, very popular in many management strategies. They have invented such strategies to win the wars during the last 50 to 60 years. Similarly, because of calamities and famines, so many natural disasters which compelled men, which compelled our society to invent a strategy, to invent a particular strategy, how to overcome these natural disasters like calamities and famines. It's also a very important matter. Innovative strategy, management strategy is also having its own roots in cultural activities of any society for that matter. If you take example of culture in Japan, and our friend was mentioning about Israel, to innovate. We are going to have an innovative management strategy to sell our product in the Indian market. To my shock in my life, after 30 years, I have realized, oh my God, they have innovated an idea of having so many varieties of watches. One is dress watch, one is swimming watch, one is walking watch, one is presentation watch. So many watches they have invented. They're all watches, they're all having time, no doubt about that. But idea of presenting a product, innovative strategy, it is not the product that matters. It is the strategy, innovative strategy that matters in the market, in the product, which is very, very important. Which is a very important idea that matters very much. And based for all these things, my dear, you have to create a lot of dreams. The whole world, today's world, corporate world, is, I'm sure, how many of you may agree with me, I'm not sure about that, but as an economist, I'm quite sure that they are struggling so hard in creating millions of dreams in the minds of young people. When I went to China, they're asking, oh my God, how many colors you have? Dresses. They have only 3 or 4 colors in China. Wherever you go there, 3 or 4 colors. Fantastic idea is, if you see in India, you can become mad in having such a variety of colors of dresses. For example, women dresses like saris, unbelievable. You get mad. They make you mad. It is not getting mad. They will make you mad. Yeah. That is a strategy. Apart from that, they are making, I agree with him, social aspect. He was talking about only education. I'm not really convinced about that. I'm convinced about the idea of making you to accept anything in the society, in the market. That's one of the difficult strategy for that matter. If you go there, you have to buy something. If you go there, you have to do something in life. And recently, only last week I was first time in my 30 years of life, I have gone only once GVK Mall in Hyderabad. Only once. Only last year, last month, and last week. I have seen the former governor of RBI simply standing on a corner of a mall, observing what's happening. He's not buying anything. So many young people are just getting into the mall and mad in buying so many things and getting out of GVK Mall with the multiple attractive bags. Please forgive me the opportunity. Thank you very much.
I'm just surprised how mobile phone works. Because we usually had some sort of, the phone in the house and which has got cable connection and all that. We used to speak, and those days, even booking our car to Delhi, we used to have some sort of lightning call and several other methods, and we never had this kind of. We never knew that such kind of development will take place in a short span of 5 to 6 years. And today, entire world is in the palm. Entire world is in our palm. You can browse information and you can get any sort of information, whatever is happening in the entire globe. We are really enjoying those the comforts. We were not really lucky. The present society, the young kids, young people like you are very lucky because again in future several changes are likely to be there, and of course, you will all witness. We will not be in a position to witness all those changes because of innovation. Because of innovation, the lifestyle of the individuals is changing, and of course, the relations between the individuals are also changing, and several other things, of course, which can really touch upon. I really thank you for giving so many Indian examples and making all of you to really enjoy. I request Professor Brulli from VC of Venkateswara University to share his views on these innovative management strategies.
Professor L. Venugopal Reddy, Chairman AP State Council of Higher Education and Chairman of this session, other dignitaries on the dais. At the outset, I want to appreciate the innovative idea of the MITS correspondent and the head of Department of Business Management for choosing this area for organizing this international conference. Before going into the actual innovative management strategies, in the last technical session, some 5 or 6 papers have been presented, and the people or the delegates who have presented those papers belong to different walks of life and to different disciplines. One to English faculty, other to management faculty, like that different people belonging to different chosen to present a paper in this conference. And if we see the themes chosen by all those presenters, they are very relevant to different areas. One is with regard to micro-level financing, touching the poor people of the society. Another is corporate social responsibility, touching another area at the macro level. Yet another is employer-employee relations and how to motivate the employees to work hard. Like that, and one more person from the Vellore Institute of Technology who presented in a very lucid manner the future of the management schools, etc., etc. So on these papers, only 2 questions were raised. One is, India is a poor country. Is it possible to achieve all what we have said? That's what the question posed to the speaker. The answer to your questions. That is, one question relates to public welfare. That is, the politicians at the helm of affairs have to take the find a strategy. Suppose for the other question for you have raised, the answer is, where there is a will, there is a way. There are managements which wants to bring their institutions as one of the qualitative institutions in this country. For those people, they try to achieve the thing. So that will be their strategy. So ultimately, how does this question of innovative management strategies have come into light? The simple answer is survival of the fittest. In business units, there is a lot of competition. In this country, that is somewhere about in 2004, there was competition between Digvijay Singh in Madhya Pradesh. So that way, if you want to have quality or qualitative management in your organization, the question is, what changes? Public administration, domestic administration, social welfare administration, everywhere, this concept must be given due care, otherwise they cannot survive. So ultimately the question is, while introducing innovation, so many alternatives will be there. Which is the best alternative they have to choose, and that is ultimately the strategy. If it is public administration, how to provide, how to take care of major sections of welfare. If it is a social sector, again. So, from product management, innovative management concept, which has now equally spread into services sector also. And in services sector also, again, basing upon the situation, what is the problem that has to be identified first, how to maximize their profit, then strategy has to be formulated. So we can't say this is the strategy which has to be.
Who knows ins and outs of educational administration and educational business of business schools that are.
First of all, I have great regard for my teachers and my gurus and the wonderful visitors from abroad for having come and added value to this function, evening conference. I wholeheartedly thank on behalf of all of us and on behalf of Madanapalle Institute of Technology and Science for the great people, honored people who have come here and participating in this management. I cannot be a teacher because great professors are there. I want to just add my perspective, what I have seen in my last 20-25 years of managing in a bank as an officer, branch manager, regional manager, whatever it is. And after that, having started managing self-enterprises, one of them is this institution. Innovative management strategy, unless we innovate in what we are doing every day, either it is in a corporate global thing, or managing a small enterprise, or managing an educational institution, or even managing a public job, as our professor has rightly quoted. Even for doing a job, you need to be innovative in what work you are doing every day. With this brief introduction, I wish to take what is driving innovation, adapt innovative strategies, and what for we are doing. First of all, let us all realize that competition is ruthless. So competition and survival of the fittest are the basic parameters which are making the human. Let us all realize, if we follow the 19th century or 20th century strategies today, we will be nowhere. And you are all aware, you are seeing that. But this panel has given a wonderful perspectives from different walks of life. I just don't want to repeat what they said. But for the management faculty, or for the people who are going out of these management schools into this world of management, should definitely know that how do they learn and strategize and manage change in a changing environment. And change is miraculous. It's happening by the time you know it. I put these factors into three broad areas. One is local factors. You know how things were changing. Previously, we used to take 1.5 hours to come from Bangalore to airport. Now it is taken 1.5 hours by seeing into my mails and talking to telephones. Now I cannot do that because 20 minutes we are in the airport. So I need to adopt a different strategy even for small things. Teachers, they are all concepts, but they are not ready to go to the market yard in their own place, or to the electricity department, or business enterprise very near to their college, and start looking into local factors. We are only thinking about Google, we are only thinking about Intel or Apple. Fine. They are adapting innovative strategies for their survival. Are we ready to go and solve the new innovative or management innovative strategies, solutions, changes for the problems around us? Especially in our part of the country, or almost in any part of this country, municipalities are managed very badly. Has any team of management teachers or students have gone and studied why so much municipality is not able to be managed properly? So research or strategies or discuss with them and try to management teachers should find a problem and start giving solutions. For example, in management different to utilize to the best of our ability and the optimum level the available resources. My first problem for anywhere where we have gone and seen, either in a public perspective or a teacher perspective or in an industry perspective, we are not ready to utilize the available resources to the optimum level. A lot of innovation has to be done for utilizing the available resources. Some of them, I think, we are planning to conduct next ICIMS. In fact, either in Dubai or in Malaysia or Singapore. You know, the simple strategy is simple. I don't know how many of you have visited Gurgaon. It's a marvel happened in India. Nothing is in there, Gurgaon, except a big city like that. What is that? Delhi. But somewhere they have, for even extraneous reasons, they have done a wonderful job starting colonies. Today, Gurgaon is the capital, is a commercial capital. Nobody can beat. By saying that, Noida, a new city has been created. Various opportunities have come. Now I think the Seemandhara, professors like and sort of Seemandhara. Nothing was there. And the greatest example I have seen in my life is Dubai. You don't have water, you don't have even salt. You don't have even sand. Sand is important. I don't know how many people have. Lot of desert sand is there, but that sand is not suitable for construction. Strategies have made Dubai. One of the best examples is again Singapore. You know, 100% of things are imported into Singapore. Almost 100% things are imported into Singapore. But today, with their innovative management, innovative strategies, today they are doing something great. Forget about Indian Institute of Management in Bangalore. It is one of the best rated institutions. I was there for a program of 2 weeks. Mind all of us, including whoever are having this concept, how can we do? I am just telling you, it's beating everybody. And they are not getting 1 rupee grant from Government of India. Today, their salaries are protected for the next 30 years. That much money is there. And everything is done by the institution. They are all telling in the management, this capacity enhancement program for us, if we can do, why not you? Because they are not having government support. They are also like a institution supported by a society. That's all. Such a great, wonderful examples are there. It is only innovative strategy. It is only innovation. How can they do it? It is only the commitment towards innovation. What can be done? How it should be done? Why not we do this? How can we be better than others? This spirit, this strategy is driving them for innovation. And today they are one of the world's leading institutions. Nothing, there is no interference except even they have minus points, but they don't have plus points. Knowledge for ourselves before we start doing it. However, if I am not innovating, I am going to be there, not there. It is going to be finished. The journey is lost. As the professor has already pointed out, we started trying to do things differently. And you know very well, winners don't do different things. They do things differently. Very simple. We started trying to think differently, do things differently. One of the best things we have done in the last 2 years is quality check of the similarity index, and it has produced extraordinary results. Our teachers and sir, for your information, our students have geared up to the occasion. Today, 3-4 papers have been presented by our MBA students, which are of international quality. We have checked it with similarity index and these are all small things which we were not able to do before. Today, because of this drive to change, drive to adapt to the new situation, our people have come up. They are able to do better. I am myself surprised for the quality of the papers they have submitted. So we are fine. We can do better. Only thing is, are we ready to adapt to the changing situations? With these few ideas, few experiences which I have for the last 10-15 years of my career, I want to share this so that all you get a perspective where we have all the limitations. Somebody was talking about government constraints. I went to Indian School of Business. They said all the regulatory aspects, forget it. They are there. They are common for all. Within this situation, can you do something better than others? That makes you better. See, technical factors, administratively, you are different in your strategy, in your innovation, in your approach to the problem, and there only you can do better than others. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, that all brings a difference, is out of experience. But all he has really shared, really live examples. He has been there in the administration for the past 25 years and knows how he is handling the institution and what are the techniques that he is adopting, what exactly he wants to make in future, and of course all that he is really sharing. Thank you, and of course no inferior compared to any other business professor in any university or any institution. You are on par with any professor in the business management schools. And I really congratulate him for organizing such a wonderful seminar here in Bangalore. Of course, as Professor Murali said, this itself is an innovation. Because you all know that some of the governments like Gujarat, they say that Narendra Modi, every 6 months once, he takes all his secretaries to a different place, stay there for 3 days, have the discussion, they go back to their city capital, and of course they start implementing with a fresh approach. That is what exactly innovation. What are the problems that we are really government, and what are the solutions that we need to really adopt? So that is what is called as innovation. Routine, of course, management automatically organizing the administration, administering a college or a university or government. Of course, routine things will always be there. But we want to do differently. you need to do innovative things. Then only things will happen, and of course, then only the people will appreciate it. See, that's what exactly, in the case of the technology, as you said, see, we need to utilize technology to the maximum extent. In the case of bringing the quality, for example, in one of the universities in Andhra Pradesh, JIT Kakinada is adopting a different technology in evaluating the answer books of students. That's an innovation. Because some of the foreign countries where they have all the facilities are doing evaluating the answer books. The entire answer book is scanned from first page to last page. See, the entire, they download it. First question and from first to fifth question or first to 10th question. Answers. The evaluation aspect as such, one examiner will not evaluate 1 to 5 questions or all the questions. They have different centers. They have different 20 centers for evaluation. So the computer will send one question to a Guntur. The teachers who are sitting, 30 teachers who are sitting there, they evaluate only one first question. And third question it goes to Srikakulam. Fourth question it goes to Visakhapatnam. Fifth question it goes to Ongole. Next day, they don't know. Even the computer operator who operates that system, he doesn't know what he is really going to do. That's an innovation. What happens, see here, topic study, and intentionally sometimes some mischievous things will happen. So some injustice will also be caused to the student. So the student is not really anyway happy because though he has done extremely well in the examination, what he has expected has not really happened. That's why he is disappointed. The person who has not expected has got more marks, and he always thinks that whether I write the examination or not, I get marks like That's why this system, that because of this innovation, quality will definitely come. Innovation. Every institution is branded. Why? Because though of course we have said Vijay Bhaskar just now said he has been experienced and he has been exposed to IIM as well as ISB. But unfortunately, even IIM doesn't really figure in top 100 business schools in the world. Though we boast ourselves that have got excellent business schools in India, they don't really figure in. Why we don't figure in? Because of various other factors. That is one. And another thing is, operational innovative. Mainly in the case of what we always call that, input, process, output. See, even in the case of manufacturing unit, in the case of sugar manufacturing, we use sugar cane and the output is automatically sugar. In between, a lot of process is being involved. Here, see, that's what we exactly know. These institutions, mainly even in the case of teaching technologies, managing outcome-based accreditation. This will definitely improve the quality of the teachers and at the same time the institution as such. Several changes are taking place. This is only because of innovation. That's we always say that we done accord. Why Indian institutions are not made as part of Washington Accord? It is only because of quality. We don't have innovative techniques. We don't have innovative policies. That is the reason why we are not in a position to become a member of Washington Accord. We only got a provisional membership. To become a permanent member, India is supposed to do several innovative methods, because of which we can make our institutions on par with any other quality institutions outside the globe. And visibility aspect, for example, why our IITs and IIMs are not really visible outside the country, outside the world, outside the country? It is not just because of the infrastructure which is available and the quality of teachers which are available, which are there. It is because of the quality of students. What kind of quality of students they are really getting. That makes the difference. That makes the difference. If they take the students who passed out of ICET, I don't think that IIM can do wonders, because they get students from the CAT that do top rankers. No, they are known outside the world. They are known outside the country because of the quality of input, process, output. I said no, because the input is really good, and the process is again there, and of course output will always be good. Doing well, and of course they will definitely be able to prosper. So other special congratulations to Vijay Bhaskar and the teachers. Just today they have started an international business management journal. International business management, I think, which I have not heard of by any business management school in the state of Andhra Pradesh started. So I really congratulate about the interest in bringing the quality, bringing the innovation into the system, bringing the that really helps him in upbringing his own institution. So he is always aiming for some sort of innovation into the institution. I am sure with his effort and with his interest, I am sure in a period of 4 or 5 years, this institution will be considered one of the best institutions in the state of Andhra Pradesh as well as in this country. Only what is required is, then only his dream will be fulfilled. Otherwise, there is no chance.
The conference and by the speeches that I just heard now. And I have learned a lot from you, and I would like to share a final word about this topic. Innovation, yes, but not at any price. Because my studies and my service on the field teach us that innovation must be aligned with the identity of the organization or of the company. And companies said that they are successful because they don't deny their identity. So each organization, each company should take their values. They have to keep their values, and that is identity-based innovation. That's a new concept that we just published now, because we learned it from the field and we learned it by experience. Keep your values. If I want to buy an engine product or an engine service, or to send my students to an engine institution, I want that they learn your own values and your true values. I don't want another values than engine values when I buy and
I really appreciate her saying a few things about the innovation, and of course, I mean, just small deviation, but since raised about the innovation and all that, we may not be in the field of management field, but in the case of science and technology, see the performance of science teachers or scientists for patents registered and all that. If you take the worldwide patents registered, of course, either in America or in Canada or in Japan or as well as in Australia, have gone there and settled themselves. 60% of the innovations are registered by our Indians. They may take any country. Of course, we have got excellent brain, and we are not in a position to make use of those brains here because we do not have all those facilities. Sooner or later, we all know that India is going to be a global economic power within no time, all those who are NRIs, who are all there outside the country will come back and India will become a superpower within no time. So,
I want to add one more perspective. Today we have a panel discussion from academicians. Tomorrow we are calling a panel of business managers to give a different perspective for the same topic. And today I have purposefully requested all the great academicians to come and share, and both sides of management, or in administration as well as thought management. Today you will have a panel discussion on innovative management strategies from pure business managers. So that is what we start trying to give a different perspective for the same conference. Yes. And this is one thing that I just wanted to do.
So I thank all the panel speakers who have done extremely, all of them have done extremely very good job. And expect anybody who is interested in radio. Fortunately, Dr. Ravi, Professor of
Just I would like to put the contributions of IITs and IIMs in India. Actually, many people are blaming in and around that IITs and IIMs are not doing well by seeing few false. They cannot be called as false, but the evaluation system, when we are comparing Indian companies, Indian institutions with foreign universities, are completely different. And our education system is different. Actually, their parameters are something like patents and student-faculty ratio, all this is. But now we don't have that many PhDs and all, so that we are little bit back behind that. But placement-wise or knowledge-wise, we are far better than what they are contributing.
in some Asian countries, if somebody wants to join an MBA program, one needs to have at least 3 or 4 years of experience eligible to join an MBA program. The reason is, of course, once you are exposed to some practical business, once you come back, you will always try to compare with practice with the theory. Practice with the theory, and of course, you will be able to.
I am Dr. Jim Jones. After 21 years of my innovations may not come up without financial assistance. The institution out of all constraint. So without management support, the teachers are handicapped and cannot do anything.
Conference will be organized by our institution in a different location. Maybe with this experience we will organize this much better. And the dates are now announced. The dates for the next conference will be 6th and 7th March 2015. I request all of you to note down these dates and submit rest of the papers, because all the papers are selected are directly are going to be printed in some of the papers presented in this conference. In fact, only 50 out of 200 papers have been selected. So the selection ratio this year is 1:4. Next year, I think we expect better papers, and they are all going to be published first in the e-form as well as in print form by some of the best reputed. In fact, there is a lot of competition among journals for publishing this actually, because they have seen the quality of all that. So this is an announcement for the next conference. Thank you.
The next aspect, Sri N. Vijay Garu, to kindly honor the dignitaries.
This is Ashoka Villa. This is a great historic relevance for India.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I request Dr. Sam to I request Dr. K. Ramakrishna Reddy Garu can accept conference. First of all, I thank all Dr. K. Ramakrishna Reddy Garu, Vice Chancellor at Krishna University, Professor P. Murli Garu, former Vice Chancellor at Krishna University, and Dr. Sancho Mil from Singapore, and Dr. Vian Mohan for your presence and very, very active contribution into this panel. For the conference that is bestowed on our institute, on our international conference, and for submitting their papers and trusting our quality, and finally we could, whatever papers that we could select, 1:4 is the ratio, and those papers were well accepted and presented, the links of which would be given to all the delegates very soon. And I thank also because we had the payment through different modes. For the first time, many from MITS, we have taken it through, not just through DDs, checks, but also the gone card, debit card, credit card, net banking, so that people across the world can access the conference website and also register for the conference. We also thank my technical team who have been designed the website in such a manner that it's easily understandable for all the delegates, and they could participate in that. The way the website was designed and the way the mails were given. We also thank our travel partners, Master World Travel, who have been with us and booking the tickets for some of the dignitaries, and also for organizing the post-conference tour. Some of those who are interested could take part in it. I also thank the Easy Chair, the conference management system, through which we have accessed all the papers. They had submitted their abstracts through that, and we could forward that to our reviewers. We could get the reviews back and then confirm to our candidates about their acceptance or rejections of the papers. Here I thank our team, to start with our secretary and correspondent, Vijay Bhaskar Chaudhary Garu. People may have several ideas, but one must be there to recognize them and push them forward and take it up for active implementation. It is with such guidance and support that we could take this up to this level, and we promise that we will take it up to the next level, the next year's ICIMS that Sir just now promised to organize. And by each person's name, who have contributed to this, and all the students, senior students and the junior students, every one of them. So with this, like you see, even the photographers constantly from morning focusing on us. We thank them, and several other travel like the drivers and the vehicles that we arranged for this conference. I thank each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Okay, ready, sir?
Excuse me, sir. Ready?
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
1 minute, sir.
Okay, sir.
తీసుకో. Nice roll.
Very good.